Hello, everybody. This is the first session of my Intro to Computer Science class. Today we're going to be, I'm Ben Scholler, by the way, sorry. And this class will be a few weeks long. And our final project, as you all know, is to build a snake game in Python. And we'll go over a little bit more about that today. I'll go ahead and sort of introduce myself, I guess. I'm Ben Scholler, as I said. I've been coding for 5 or 6 years now. I'm not sure. It's been a while though, and I've really enjoyed it, and I hope I can get other people to enjoy it too. So that's the goal of this whole thing. We're going to be learning Python, as I said. So it's a pretty easy language, and as I said earlier, we'll talk about that more later. The way this class will be structured is we'll have a live YouTube video similar to this, hopefully every week. Some weeks I'm busy though, and I'm sure you guys are too. So that'll be intermittent, but I'll send out emails and things to keep you guys up to date with what's going on. Every week, or almost every week, there will be a lab, sort of like a homework assignment. This week's is going to be really easy. And I'm going to teach you all how to do it during this class or session, sorry. And it'll be a piece of cake. So with that, I think I'll get started into the content. So welcome everybody who's here. You may ask, what is computer science? And a lot of you already know because you're in this class and you sort of know what to expect. But Google defines it as the study of the principles and use of computers. So to put it in simple terms, programming and studying how computers work. A lot of the time, computer science is associated with a lot of math, and it is, but in my experience, I haven't come across a whole lot of math that's super intensive. And occasionally you'll get some logarithms with things depending on the project you're working on, but that all depends on the project you're working on. I see that some more of you are joining in, so hello. Hopefully we'll get some more as this class goes on. But as I said, I'm Ben Scholler. This class is going to be about computer science, and we're going to learn Python. You can all, at any point, jump back in the video and look and see if you're missing anything. So that'll be a handy feature, I think. However, if you're going to ask a question, there is a live chat box to your right. It says live chat, and I have a couple test messages in there. Say test message, and maybe Charlie and Andrew have put stuff in there. So that's where you'll put questions or comments or whatever. Please do not fill it up with random stuff though, because it is meant for people who actually want to ask actual questions, not just for spam. If you do have spam, I'll take it out. With that said, and I think everything introduced, let's get started. So computer science has to do with math and the study of computers, and you can do really, really cool stuff with it. I had a demonstration for you guys that I'd love to have shown you, but I can't because there was an update to the software and hardware and stuff, and it broke stuff. So I can't show you, but I can explain it to you. So there's this real cool thing called the Myo armband, and I'm not being paid to talk to you guys about this, but I'll see if I can sort of get you, not sure what you're seeing right now. Okay. Let's see. See if I can show you guys what it is real quick. It's this cool armband, and Just give it a second here. That's what it is right there. Anyway, what it does is reads the electricity in your muscles and translates all that data to gestures, like a fist or an open palm or something like that, and then transmits it to your phone. So I wrote an app for that, for Android, that allows me to control my music by using an open palm to pause and play the music, a fist rolling and stuff to control the volume, and a sort of a wave type thing to control the previous or um, the song. So previous or the next song. Anyway, I mean, I really do wish I could show you, but it is broken, unfortunately. But you can do really cool stuff with programming. And that's just one example. I mean, if it weren't for programming, there wouldn't be driverless cars. And those are really cool. I'm sure we can all imagine just sitting there texting and the car driving itself for us. Anyway, I'll get on with the content. By the way, all the slides and the lab for this week will be in the description. There are links there right now, so you can move along with it if you want or whatever, but I'll go through all the slides in the video. So computer science, study of computers. Some vocabulary. There is some that you should know, and I'll probably introduce more each week, but I'm not sure. I'll just play that by the nose, I guess. But it's not going to be hard, just some basic stuff that it helps to know and that I'll use throughout the video. So a programming language is a set of commands that tell the computer what to do. So you'll get into this, and Python is an example of a programming language. And you have certain commands like print, for example, that you give it a string, some text, and it'll put that on the screen. So that's one of the most basic commands that we'll learn. And depending on if we have time or not, I will do a little demonstration of some simple stuff afterwards. Python is a fairly basic programming language, and it's phenomenal for beginners. I would highly recommend it if you're just getting started, because the one really cool thing about programming is that once you learn one programming language, all the others are fairly easy to learn. I mean, there's a few out there which are just ridiculous, and those are you probably shouldn't be learning anyway because they're too complicated and not useful enough. But Python is a great programming language to get started with, and it'll teach you a lot of the basics of computer science and some of the more advanced stuff, which we'll get into later in this course. CS is just an abbreviation for computer science. It's not a hard concept to grasp. At least I hope not. That's all that is. So yeah, what can I do with code? My own music, that's what I was talking about earlier with my armband. If I can get it working, I'll try to show it to you next time or something like that, but I don't want to make any promises because chances are I won't. And now we're going to learn how to set up the coding environment for Python. And the IDE, which is an integrated development environment, which I'll put that in the slides afterwards. I should have put that in. That's integrated development environment, and it's basically the screen you look at while you're coding and where you type the code into. And most of the time, it'll compile your code for you, and it basically takes the human readable stuff that you write and turns it into stuff that the computer can understand. So the programming language is sort of like a middle ground. So we'll go ahead and do that. And you can either follow along right now or follow along afterwards. But this is going to be pretty much the assignment. I'll just go ahead and say what that is. You have to submit a picture of your IDLE, IDLE. I'm not sure what that stands for. Meant to look it up, but I didn't. But it's basically the IDE that Python uses, one of the most basic ones. There's a lot of them out there, but idle is easy to use, and it's going to have all the tools that we'll need going on. So the first thing you want to do is go to python.org, which is Python's homepage. And then we'll go to downloads here. And there is a new version of Python, Python 3, but the syntax, basically the words that you use and the specifics of the language are quite a bit different from Python 2.7, and almost everything written in Python is written in 2.7 or some version of Python 2. So we're going to use Python 2.7.10, and there might be a new version sometime. I'm not sure about all the details about Python, but as long as it's Python 2, it should work. So we'll go ahead and download that. And then we're going to open it up, and let's see what's going on here. Sorry, I'm not too apt with all this screen sharing stuff. Sorry if that looks real weird. Let's do this, and then come in here. Just go through and install it like everything else. And this is for Windows. If you guys would like, I can post a video for Mac OS X, but it's pretty much the same thing. And if you've installed something on a Mac, then this will be a breeze. I'll just let it do its thing. If anybody has any questions about what I've said so far, please do feel free to post those in the comment box. It's to the right of the video. So it's just going to do its little thing. You can probably pause or something if you'd like to get this all set up, but I'll just go through the steps again while this is working. So you go to python.org, or you could just Google Python, like the snake. And then you'll go into downloads, and then 2.7. As I said earlier, we're not going to use Python 3 because it breaks a lot of stuff. And I don't like stuff breaking. And a lot of the code you'll find online for help and stuff will be written in Python 2. So it's a lot easier just to use the older version. So we'll just finish it and wait. And one really great thing about programming and computer science in general, what I forgot to tell you, is that almost everything you could ever have a problem with is going to be found online somewhere, and that makes it really easy to get help. And for me personally, I've taught myself programming almost completely, and I don't know, some people call me a good programmer, so I don't know, it depends on your view, but anyway, everything is online pretty much. So if you have a question, you can Google it. And if you do have a question, please do Google it first, because there is an answer online for almost everything. But if it's unclear or it doesn't make sense, feel free to shoot me an email anytime throughout the week or afterwards, and ask me, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. However, my summer is kind of busy, and the week after next, I'm going to be gone all week and away from my phone, so I won't have any access to it. So I'll try my best to answer questions before and after then, but we'll see how things play out. Anyway, Python looks like it's installed. So we'll go ahead and go down to the apps. I don't use Windows a whole lot, so I'm not very good with it. So I'm sort of, you know, I've actually never really used Windows. Okay, so I think we just go into the Start menu, and then idle Python GUI. That's where we're gonna code all of our stuff. And basically, this is what I want you guys to send me a picture of. Just a screenshot right now. If I were you, like if this were your computer, a screenshot right now, and then send it to me, and that would be perfect. And not of my computer. So this is it. You'll type your code into here if you want. So if you guys remember, I was talking about this print command earlier. And these are the types of commands that you'll have in a programming language. So I'll just do a little bit of the basic, just some playing around here. You don't have to stay and watch this because it's not really part of what I planned for today, but I'll do it anyway in case you guys are interested. So you can print things with a double quote there and say like hello world. And hello world is something that a lot of programmers will have, or programming languages. You'll see it a lot as an example or something like that on how it works, just to show you some of the bare basics. So if I hit enter, it'll say hello world. So that's what the print command does. You can add numbers. Let's say print 5 plus 5. And I hope you guys all know this. It's 10. That's about it for Python. Well, I mean, there's a lot more, but that's all that we'll work on today. If you guys want to experiment, you can ask me and I'll send you a site or something like that, somewhere to learn some stuff, but I'm not going to make a whole nother lesson or anything for anybody who wants to get ahead, because that's just not really, we'll learn it all in time. So you can go to new file here and you can type a whole new file with your code if you'd like. So I can do like print my name is Ben. And then that will print out my name is Ben when I run it. So we can go here, run module. I have to save it first. So I'll just stick it in here. And then prints out my name is Ben. So I would encourage you guys to experiment a little bit, especially if you're curious, because it's kind of fun to experiment. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this lesson. I'll stay on for another few minutes and wait for any questions to come through, and try to answer those. And afterwards, just email them to me. Your lab is to, as I said earlier, just send a picture of idle once you get it installed. Very simple, because basically all you have to do is install a program. Don't worry, there's no viruses with idle, so it's all safe and everything. But that's what you have to do. Send me a picture of it sometime before 11:59 on Saturday, Saturday, June 6th, I believe. That's when it's due. So just take a picture. You can have a phone or screenshot and email it to me. That's about it. Give me a second here. Send me a picture of it sometime before 11. Sorry about that. The slides in the lab are down in the video description. And yeah, so you can go back and rewatch anything I've done, or look at the lab, and there's a little bit more of a description in the lab link there. So nobody's really asked any questions, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this right now. I will email you more about the class in the next week and when the next lesson is going to be and things like that. Once again, please do ask questions or first Google them online because almost everything is online. Can't stress that enough. But experiment, have some fun with it. See what you can do. And I'll see you all next week or at the next class. Bye-bye.